everyone. Thanks so much for joining me tonight on this live. And I'm so excited to share with you all about my year of 50 hosted cruise on the Celebrity Beyond. I'm going to go ahead and share a presentation here. I've got some slides prepared tonight. So I'm going to just start with an introduction. I have been in the travel industry for over 25 years, and I am so passionate about helping people celebrate life events, bringing friends and family together, and honoring your interests that you have through travel and discovering the world together. Sphera Travel started as a business in April of 2020, and we are quickly growing to be a trusted luxury travel design company for clients in West Michigan and all across the USA. So what we do is we design luxury group vacations, and we expertly care for all of the details for you, and so you can enjoy discovering the world together. Our agenda for tonight, we just did our introduction, and then we're going to talk about the benefits of a hosted group cruise with Sphera Travel. We're going to talk a bit about the itinerary of the cruise, about the ship, the Celebrity Beyond. We have a pre-night package to talk about, pricing and the early reservation promos, all about flights and how to reserve your stateroom on this amazing cruise. And then I'll be here to answer any questions you have. So the benefits of a hosted group cruise. The biggest thing is peace of mind. You will be having your travel advisor with you through the whole trip. So if you need any assistance, I will be on the cruise with you, as well as my husband, Andy. We will have special surprises throughout the entire cruise for you, special things in your stateroom, and just special little touches throughout the trip. We have early reservation bonuses that we have available to you, and we'll talk about those later in the presentation. And then also we'll be setting up some exclusive shore excursions that are only for people within this birthday group. So, of course, we can set up excursions for you that are part of your interests. But if you want to be part of the group with us, we will have some exclusive ones as well. We'll also have clear communication throughout the group. Once people start reserving their staterooms, we're going to go ahead and set up a Facebook group for everyone so we can get excited about the trip. People can ask questions. So we'll have communication from early on all the way to when we are on the trip. And then also we will have, because it's a hosted trip and I've essentially done all of the work ahead of time for the trip, we have the trip decided on, the itinerary. So we are not charging design fees on this hosted vacation. So normally those are $200 a family. So they will not be charged for this trip. And then I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger here so you can see the itinerary. The sailing leaves June 26th of 2023, and it's 11-night sailing, and it ends on July 7. We'll be embarking in Rome. The cruise port is about 45 minutes outside of Rome in Civitavecchia. And then we'll be going to Sicily in Italy, and also we'll have a day at sea, a day in Istanbul, Turkey, and actually we will be overnighting there, so that allows you some opportunity to spend the evening in Istanbul if you like. We'll also be going to Ephesus, Turkey, Santorini, Greece, Mykonos, Greece, Athens, Greece, and then another day at sea, and then on to Naples, Italy, and then we will return back to Rome to disembark the ship. So let me go ahead here, and we're going to just highlight some of the ports here for you. Just one second here. All right. So we are in Rome for the first day. Like I said, we'll get on the ship there. And there are lots of fun things to do in Rome. This is actually one of my favorite ports. So I just have some highlights for each day that we're in port. So things that you might want to see in Rome are, of course, the Colosseum and the Imperial Forum, the Vatican museums and the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Basilica, the Rome food tours would be a lot of fun. The Italian food is one of the best parts of Italy. Trevi Fountain, the Pantheon, and the Spanish Steps. So there are some great things to see while you're in Rome. And then moving on to Sicily. This is a location that I have not been yet, so I'm excited to see this. There's some ancient hillside villages. Mount Etna is there, and they're known for their wine. So a wine experience would be fun. Um, for our active people, biking on Mount Etna would be a great activity to do. And then the beautiful Blue Grotto. And then we have a day at sea. And these actually are some of my favorite days while cruising. You get to just enjoy the ship, and we're going to be in such a beautiful, beautiful area. It will be warm and just beautiful coastlines to see. So this is a day to spend a lot of time outside, maybe by the pool, do a wine tasting on board, get some sun, a spa day if you want. And this is also a good time to maybe do a specialty lunch in one of the specialty dining rooms. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the presentation. Then we will be moving on to Istanbul. And in Istanbul, we are actually spending overnight there. So if you want to do dinner off the ship, that would be a nice thing to do. There's Turkish dinner and show that you could do. Or if you even wanted to have dinner on board the ship and then get off the ship in the evening for a while, you could do that. There's the Grand Bazaar. You could do a street food tour, the Blue Mosque. And again, this is a port that I haven't been to, so I'm excited to see it. And then Ephesus for day 6 of our cruise. This is a known location in the Bible. So if anybody would like to get a group together and we could do an excursion for a religious tour, that would be amazing. There's ancient Ephesus, the House of Virgin Mary. You could just do a walking tour of Kusadasi. And if you wanted to relax, the Turkish baths would be a great thing to do as well. And then Santorini, Greece. This is the pictures that we all see on Instagram of the beautiful blue roofs of the buildings, and just a beautiful, beautiful island to visit. I'm all about the food in Greece. I can't wait to have that and do some wine tasting. A cooking class would be amazing. Visiting the volcano. And again, for our active people, there is a hike from Sphera to Oya. That would be amazing to do. Or if you wanted to get a private driver and do the wine roads and visit some of the wineries, that would be a great excursion. And then day 8, we are in Mykonos, Greece. Another cute little Greek island. This is a little bit more upbeat than what Santorini is. So maybe a day at a beach club would be great. There's a Jeep safari, walking tours, there's some lighthouses to visit. So just a beautiful, beautiful location to see. And then we have another day at sea. And there again, same thing, enjoy the outdoor weather, have some cocktails outside, maybe do a martini tasting or a spa day, but just relax and enjoy your day at sea. And then in Naples, Italy, this port has a lot of opportunities for things to do. There's the ancient history of Pompeii with the volcano eruption, seeing that. There's adventure tours you can do. And then my favorite is to get to the Amalfi Coast. A boat tour would be fantastic to see the beautiful buildings along the coast, or even take a boat over to Capri. Okay, and then we're going to move on, and I've got a couple comments here. Let's see. Just want to make sure. Can you put a comment in if you are hearing me okay? I just want to make sure everybody's hearing me. Okay. So I'm going to just move on and talk a little bit about the ship. So we will be sailing on the Celebrity Beyond. She's a new ship in the Edge series of ships with Celebrity. She holds 3,260 guests. It has 1,646 staterooms. And on board, there are 32 distinct food and beverage experiences, 14 cafes, 14 bars and lounges, 8 specialty restaurants, 4 main dining restaurants, 4 complimentary casual dining venues, and 4 private restaurants for the retreat. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, we are going to watch a video. I've got a 3-minute video just to give you an idea of what the Beyond looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and start that up. All right, so that was beautiful, right? I'm excited. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit now about the staterooms on the ship. So we have group space holding in the Infinite Veranda suites, and I'm going to show you, or Infinite Verandas, and I'm going to show you a video on that in just a minute. And then we also have group pricing on the Ocean View. But we can book you into any stateroom you wish. And when we do your consultation, we will work through your preferences and what stateroom is best for you. The retreat suites are a totally luxury area of the ship. They're the bigger suites. They have 2 private restaurants, a private pool area. So if you want to cruise in luxury, I highly recommend that. But if you have other guests going with you, if you're going to create a group within our bigger group, just keep in mind that those people will not be able to go into the retreat if you're in the retreat. So you might be separated from friends. And of course, if you're in the retreat, you can use the rest of the ship so you can be with all of us. But that is a very luxurious and exclusive area. So, but we could also put you into an ocean view cabin, an inside cabin, or any of the veranda cabins. So let me go ahead and show you the video of the infinite verandas because that's what we're really recommending for you guys.
We've replaced all of this structure with essentially nothing.
This engineering feat allowed for the creation of the new Edge staterooms with infinite veranda that are 23% larger than Celebrity's current veranda staterooms.
What I wanted to achieve here was to try and create lots of different experiences. I think in the Edge stateroom, when you walk in, you're going to know there's a difference. And for me, it was about coming up with a sort of light bulb moment of creating the studio so that you could have these kind of glass partition doors that opened where you could actually then have your terrace as part of your living space. I think we created something unique in the cruise industry.
So those veranda staterooms, I actually had the opportunity to stay in one of those on the Beyond sister ship, the Apex, and it was fabulous. It was a little different than what a normal balcony cabin is that you think of, because you're not actually outside, but having that full glass window, and then there's a button that you're able to move the window down and have it open. So I slept a lot of the evenings with that window open, and it was absolutely spectacular. And I was in Norway, so it was cooler weather. So I think it will be really nice to have that open while in Italy and Greece. So that's fantastic. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the dining. So the Celebrity Beyond is a little bit different in the way they do their main dining. And these are the dining rooms that are included in your cruise. They have 4 main dining rooms. They have the Cyprus, which is has a Greek flair. Tuscan is Italian. Normandy is French, and the Cosmopolitan is a new American. And what you can do is either choose early dining or late dining. And with that, you would be assigned one of those 4 dining rooms. And so with that, you would have the same waiter every night and most likely be with the same people. The other option you have is you can choose select dining. And with that, you could go on any evening to any of these 4 dining rooms. And all of the dining rooms have the same standard menu. So it doesn't really make a difference as far as that goes. But then they also have a few items on the menu that are related to the name of the restaurant. So the Cyprus will have Greek food and that kind of thing. So when we do your consultation, we can discuss what your preference is for dining. And if you have a group going with you, if you have a few other cabins and you want to be sitting with them every night, it might be a good idea to book one of the dining times and have a set dining room that you go to. Okay, and then the specialty restaurants. There are quite a few specialty restaurants on the ship. There's the Fine Cut Steakhouse, Le Voyage, La Petite Chef. And I experienced Le Petite Chef on the Apex, and it's a very unique experience. It's a set menu, and they project onto your plate. They have video that they project onto your plate, and there's little chefs that are making the food on your plate on video, and it's really cute. If you had kids, that would be a lot of fun to do. Eden Restaurant is fantastic. They have fantastic craft cocktails. Raw on 5 is seafood, and the Magic Carpet is a really neat thing on the Beyond ship. It's a platform that moves up and down the 13 decks. It can be used as a tender for the or as a platform for the tenders if you're taking tenders ashore. And then it also can be made into a restaurant, and it is a bar in the afternoon. And I sat out there quite a bit on the Apex. It's a lot of fun. And then on the activities on board, all kinds of things to do. There's a theater with Broadway style shows in the evening. There's a spa and fitness center, a nightclub, and not only do they have just dancing in the nightclub, but they also have shows in there at some point. There's a rooftop garden, a jazz club. The resort deck is where your pool is. Eden, again, that's a restaurant and a bar area, and they do shows there as well. The solarium, the casino, the Grand Plaza. This is what's pictured here for you. And this is where the Martini Bar is, and it's just the central location of the ship. So a really, really beautiful area. You don't have to just get martinis. There are other drinks for you there. And then, of course, everybody loves shopping. There's fabulous shops on board for you. Okay, so flights. This is a big question. I think people will want to talk about flights. We can do a number of different ways. Sphera Travel can assist you with your flights and book them for you. We could do a package with some pre-night hotels if you wanted. If you have canceled flights from another trip, we could use the credit for those. If you have mileage, you could do that. We can also reserve flights directly with Celebrity, and they oftentimes will have great prices if we do it directly with the cruise line, or we could reserve directly with your preferred airline. You are welcome to do your flights on your own if you want. I'm happy to let you know what times you need to arrive to the ship and what time your flight needs to be going home, or I can assist you with those. We are not, like I said at the beginning of the presentation, charging a design fee on the trip itself. But if we are assisting with flights, we will be charging $100 ticketing fee, ticketing and research fee per person for that. And we can discuss that in your consultation. Also, a pre-cruise package, we recommend that you fly into Rome one day before your cruise and stay the night there. There's a lot of issues right now with like cancellations and delays and that kind of thing. And so it's just for peace of mind for you. It's better to get in there, enjoy the day in Rome, and be there and be ready for your cruise. 2 days is even better because that will give you a full day to explore Rome. Go ahead and comment and let us know if you would be interested in us putting together a pre-cruise package. And what we would do with that is do 2 or 3 nights in Rome, and that would include all of your airport transfers, getting you to the ship, hotel, and a city tour. So let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. Okay, pricing. So you see the QR code here on the screen. You can go ahead and scan that if you want with your phone, and it will bring up a web page, and it has all of the details of pricing. Just keep in mind that in the end, the whole trip cost will end up pricing different for everyone depending on what your preferences are. If you decide to go into the retreat, or you want an inside cabin, you don't want to do the pre-nights, your whole package is going to be different for everyone. We feel that the best value is on the Infinite Veranda, and our pricing on that category is $38.79 per person. That is going to include your classic beverage package, basic Wi-Fi, and your onboard gratuities. And the deposit amount on all the staterooms for this trip are $450 per person. Okay, let's see. All right. So now the fun part. We have put together some reservation bonuses for this trip. So we have 3 different bonuses, and they are combinable. So the first 3 people that make an appointment with us and get their stateroom booked and under deposit after this event tonight, you will receive an onboard credit per stateroom of $150 for an inside stateroom, $175 for an ocean view stateroom, and $200 for a veranda. So the first 3 cabins that do those, I have 3 certificates to give away for those. And then we also have Sue's Year of 50 bonus. And if you reserve your cruise anytime in the next 2 weeks between August 9 and 23, you will receive an onboard credit of $100 per stateroom. And that is only on the verandas. And that's why we're saying that the verandas are the best value for you. So. And then the third bonus we have is the early reservation bonus, and that's 10 months before the sailing. So we're asking that you make your reservation before August 23, reserve and deposit. And with that, you will get $100 on an ocean view stateroom, inside or ocean view staterooms, and $200 on veranda and above. So those bonuses, like I said, are combinable. They're exclusive to Sphera Travel, and the deposits must be received for bonuses to apply. If you are one of the first three, you'll get all three. I'm sorry, if you are one of the first three, you reserve your stateroom before August 23, and you reserve a veranda or above, your total credit will be $500. So if you take advantage of all three of those, you'll have $500 credit. And those credits can be used for the spa, they could be used for shore excursions, they could be used to upgrade your drink package, they can be used for all kinds of things. So that's a great, great value. All right. So with this, we know that this is a huge, huge trip, and it's a lot to consider. So before we reserve your stateroom, we ask that you go ahead and schedule a consultation. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to see if I can figure this out with technology here. I'm going to share my screen. And I don't know if any of you have gone to this web page yet or not. But this is the web page that the QR code takes you to. And on this page, you can make an appointment with us. I'll show you here where it says reserve my stateroom. That will take you to a web page where you can make an appointment over the next 2 weeks. And then we will go ahead and schedule a meeting with you. And during this call, we're going to discuss things like your stateroom preferences, your pricing, flights, what you want to do with that. We'll figure out the perfect insurance plan for you to make sure that you're covered. We'll talk about your dining preferences, pre-night packages, and any dietary needs or that kind of thing. So we'll pretty much talk about everything and customize the trip for your preferences and desires. And then lastly, we are going to be doing a giveaway. So at the very bottom of that webpage I just showed you, there's a form. And if you want to go ahead and enter your name and email address in there, we will be doing a drawing on August 25 for a gift basket. We've got some Greek olive oil and some other Italian things just to thank you for joining us tonight. And then with that, we will also send you the slides of tonight's presentation, so you have access to those, and the video if you want to refer back to that at all. All right, so I'm going to open it up for questions now. I've seen a couple come through. And as far as questions with this, we won't be covering anything with pricing questions, that kind of thing. Those will be handled during your consultation because, like I said, everything will be different for everybody. So we'll be handling more the itinerary type questions. So let me see. Mitch asked a question. What are your thoughts on choosing the exclusive shore excursions, and are they optional? So you could do the cruise, Mitch, and not do any shore excursions. You could just walk into port, enjoy it, do your own thing. The exclusive shore excursions are going to be ones that I'm going to set up and send out to everybody. And I probably will do that 6 months prior or so to the trip. And we will send those out, and you can book into those if you want, or if you want to do some through the cruise line. You know, some people might be more adventurous than others, or somebody might want to do wine tasting. So everything is optional with the shore excursions. Let's see. And another question, are there other cruise ships with cabins like the Infinite Verandas? That's a great question. So I actually think that the ocean cruises are taking this idea from the river cruises. I was just on a river cruise a few months ago, and they have the same verandas like that with the window that comes down, and it's fantastic. And the Celebrity, as far as I know, Celebrity are the only ocean cruises that are doing it, and they started it with their Edge series of ships. So they have the Apex, the Edge, and the Beyond, and then there's another cruise ship coming out in the same series next year, and they will have the same cabins. And I'm not aware of any other cruise lines doing that other than the river cruises. So let's see. Somebody asked, missed a couple of the first few minutes. What dates is this going? The cruise is June 26th of 2023, and it's 11 nights and goes to July 7. And I recommend that you go in at least one day early into Rome, just to not have any problems with airlines or anything. So, and the flight from Europe or to Europe actually leaves the day ahead. So I would recommend at the very latest you leave on the 24th of June to arrive on the 25th, spend the night in Rome, and then get on the cruise. So, any other questions? I'm not seeing anything. And I want to thank everybody for listening tonight. I'm so excited that we were able to share this with you tonight. And go ahead and make appointments with me if you want to get your cabin reserved. I'm anxious to see who the first 3 are going to be to get the bonuses on that. But don't worry if you're not one of the first 3, or the other 2 bonuses are applicable to you. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. And we will be on again soon with some more trips to announce. We will put that on Facebook as soon as we have them ready to present to you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.